What is up, Insomniacs? Midnight's on 518 here, back with another upgrade, kind of, for my Tacoma. So today we're going to be upgrading the headlights. I couldn't wait any longer. I want to buy a very specific headlight housing that's really pretty. It's got like RGB and all that sort of stuff worked into it, which I eventually will do, but that's expensive. So I'm upgrading to just your standard, what do you call it, LEDs. Because these halogens just, they suck. They're really bad, and I'm tired of it. I also don't like the yellow, so these are at 6,000 Kelvin, the new ones that I got, so hopefully it's white with maybe a little tint of blue. So I ended up getting these LEDs from carrover.com. I mean, I got them from Amazon specifically, but yeah, so they are pretty beefy looking. Like I said, 6,000 Kelvin. And these are the H11, I think, plug is what the Tacoma has, and you got this massive heatsink on the back. But yeah, it's pretty cool looking, you know, from a design standpoint, and it should be pretty good to go. So let's do a lap around the neighborhood. We're going to see what we're looking at with the current lights and light pattern, and then we're going to get these slapped in. So it is still a little bit light out. The sun is in the process of going down, obviously. You'll notice when I pull back in the driveway that there is a very distinct line where the light from the headlights gets like chopped off, and that is pretty much in line with the bottom or the trunk of most vehicles on the road. As you can see, it's yellow and gross, and hopefully we can make that white and bright and pretty. So let's look at that pattern in the garage door. So here we are chilling in front of the garage, obviously, and as you can see, that very distinct line that slants off from the headlights themselves. Yeah, so it's very specific. So as you can see, the white line down here, that's the fog lights, and then these are the two headlights sitting up here, these amber colored ones. But it's a very distinct light pattern going on here. So we're gonna pull out one bulb and we'll slide in one bulb and take a look at them side by side that way. So pulling out the headlights is super easy to pull out and swap. So this is the back of your headlight housing, and you'll see from right to left on the screen there, you have 1, 2, 3, and then underneath 4 lights. And those are going to be hooked up for your daytime running lights, your headlight low beam, your headlight high beam, and then the fog lights on the bottom right there. So the lights that we're going to be replacing is this one at the top right, and this is going to be your headlight low beam. And yeah, so basically this guy is going to be, you take it with your index finger, and you're going to be pulling towards the center of the car and using your thumb as a counter torque to push, and that should unlatch the bulb and you can pull it right out. And then if you look on the back here, there is a little button latch that kind of holds the light in place. I'm gonna need 2 hands for this because that is hot. It's a little bit bigger, a little bit deeper, and very beefy looking. One thing that you need to pay attention to is that you do not touch the LED itself, because if you do, you'll ruin it. I've never done it, so I don't know what it looks like, but I just know don't do it. But yeah, so literally it's got these little three points, right? 1, 2, and then there's one on this side, 3, and those are what are going to twist into place in the housing, as you can kind of see the slot that the bulb is going to slide into. So I'm going to go ahead and slide the LED into place and plug it back up, and we'll show you what that looks like. So there we have it. The LED is now in place, and it fits perfectly. Super easy to install, as you can see. You literally twist the old one out, put the new one in. I've already plugged it in, so we're gonna fire up the truck and see what these lights look like in person. Moment of truth, here we go. Ooh, very pretty and very bright. I like it. Look at that difference. So now it's matching the white of the fog light. And obviously, as you can see, it's still got that same beam pattern, right? Because that's going to be coming from the headlight housing itself, not the bulb. But wow, look how much brighter that is. That's absolutely incredible. So it's going to be a little hard to differentiate between the two beams. So you're just going to have to kind of like keep your eyes on left or right of the vehicle. So the left, obviously, we have our new LED light. It's very bright, it's very white. And you'll notice how much brighter the peripherals are on the left than they are on the right, coming from the incandescent, or the halogen bulb. There you go. There's not as much light output coming out of the right as there is coming out of the left. And you can even see it as we kind of like came across that fence there. As that left headlight beam kind of disappears off of the fence, that right headlight beam doesn't keep the fence as illuminated. So yeah, I mean, it's a very obvious difference. There we are with just fog lights. And here we are with headlights. Check it out. Oh, they're so bright. Man, it looks great. It's smooth. And then looking at the front of the truck, the colors finally match. It looks great. So one thing to note, my guys, is that if you plug in your headlights, I didn't realize that you could actually plug in the H11s upside down. But if you plug in your headlights and it doesn't turn on, as with anything else electrical, flip it around and I guarantee it was just going backwards. So yeah, I plugged in the headlights and one of them, or the right one, didn't come on. So you just have to unplug it, turn the plug around, and it'll work just fine. Another thing to notice is that the passenger side headlight housing is butted up right against your windshield wiper fluid like reservoir, right? So you can get the bulb out without removing the reservoir, because I did it. It just takes a little bit more work. So as you can see, it's white now, and it looks good. And the beam is I don't know, it's straight and it's bright. So my dude, same dealio. I got with me here more headlight bulbs. So these are going to be for my Highbeam, some off-brand crap that I bought. And the Highbeams are I think it was H9 bulbs. The headlight Lowbeam was H11, and the Highbeams are allegedly H9s. Not that the plug is any different, but either way. So these ones I also bought are 6,000 Kelvin. That's funny, they included gloves so that you don't touch the LEDs. Yep, so these are by Auto One, some random brand, and there they are. Yeah, same deal. We're gonna do a quick lap with the headlights, or the Highbeams on as they are right now, and then we're going to swap them to the LEDs. We'll do that side-by-side comparison between the two of them for color, and then we'll put both of them in and do another lap. So let's do it. So just to show you current Highbeams, that is what they look like. So they're yellow, and honestly I'll probably just do all this here in the driveway. So same deal as before, you literally just twist to release your Highbeam, and your Highbeam is going to be this left bulb here. Your Lowbeam is the one that's like a magnifying glass. So that your Highbeam is going to be, so this is our Lowbeam, right? Our Highbeam is right here. Literally just twist it to the left, pull it out, and then we'll swap it for the new one. So I'm going to do this real quick, and then we'll take a look at it. All right, moment of truth. Let's see what this beam looks like now. Bada bing. Cool, so it works. It's very much mixed between that yellow and the white. So I'm going to spin around and so that we can take a look at the color just on the garage door. All right, so here we are with the Lowbeams and Highbeams. Bada bing. So as you can see, there is quite the difference in color and brightness. Let's slide out here real quick. Man, there is a huge difference in brightness. You can see, wow, I can't even describe. I know that you can see that difference in the video. You just see how much more glow is coming from the new bulb than there is from that old one. So I'm going to swap the passenger side, and then we will go for a little drive and see what this beam looks like at the distance. There you have it. So we got both Highbeams in now, and it is very bright. So I'm going to go for a little drive. Let's go take a look at these. So here's a perfect spot. No street lights, right? And you can see how far the headlights are going. And if I pop on the Highbeams, bam! Man, that illuminates actually a lot. And it's white. Man, that looks really good. Heck yeah. Well, success, I guess, you know. Cool. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. It's a super easy thing to do, and I figured somebody out there probably needs guidance on how to install a headlight bulb. So I figured I'd just throw together this short video. By short, it's probably going to be like 10 minutes, so I'm sorry for that, but obviously I'm going to have the little thingamadudes down in the description, so if you just want to skip to see what the brightness looks like. Anyways, I hope you guys have enjoyed, and if you have, please drop a like and a subscribe. It really helps me out, makes me feel good. I love getting the good feels. And yeah, with that, catch you guys next go around. Midnight Sun out.